everybody, Raven Explosion. Good morning, everybody. I am Ryan. That is Melody of the Whole Card, where you find yourself today. Welcome to the table. Welcome to Board Game Brunch. Today is a very special live stream. We are previewing a game that is going live on Kickstarter on January 29th from Cabin 21 Games. It is Solo Una Noche. It is a luchador wrestling themed card-playing game where the object is to pin, submit, or knock out your opponent as you would in wrestling, because that's a thing that happens in wrestling.
That's basically the goal of wrestling.
Basically the goal of wrestling. Yep.
Well, okay, no. Technically, the goal of
is to advance the plot.
Okay, so here's the difference. So yes, the goal of wrestling is to pin or submit or knock out your opponent.
Yes.
I guess that's like the goal of like MMA and wrestling and like the school wrestling with the circle, and you have to push them out of the circle. But sports entertainment, the goal is to advance the plot.
Yes.
I feel like there should be specified, and like the game could have like variations and expansions that is like sports entertainment,
Yes.
differing from
Yes.
wrestling. But no, this is luchador wrestling. That's great.
So a little bit of background. First off, Melody and I are actually fairly into WWE wrestling, so we do watch like all the pay-per-views and stuff. We don't really watch like Raw and SmackDown anymore
I only
because
watched it because you watched. Well, no, I used to watch as a kid. I used to watch as a kid a lot with my brothers.
We were big fans of The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin and this
Generation X.
and luchador wrestling is a big part of the culture of wrestling in general, and it's really big down in Mexico. And this is kind of, I guess, merging those two worlds together of like what traditional luchador wrestling is with the masks and everything, and what sports entertainment is, and we can figure that out with he's not wearing a mask.
Good.
Thank you so much for those bits, Bree.
Bree, thank you.
Hey, that pushes us to our goal. Yay!
Oh, fantastic!
Awesome.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Thank you for that very kind welcome back throughout the month of December.
Yeah. So there's three modes of play in this particular game. There is mano a mano, which is one-on-one, where the goal is to, again, pin, submit, or knock out your opponent. The second is tag team, where you have 4 players, or I guess you could probably play it with 2 players, with both controlling one tag team. But
That's what I thought it was.
You have 2 hands to manage, basically. So that's probably more beneficial for 4 players. Because,
probably. It's different than, I feel like it would be different than, say, running a game like Pandemic and you're one person controlling multiple characters because there's fewer things to maintain. You have a lot of cards in your hand to start with.
You do. And the object of that is, again, to pin, submit, or knock out one of the opponents that are active in the ring. And the third is melee, which is just an all-out brawl, 2 to 4 players, and the object of that is just knock out your opponent. So 3 modes of play. Right now we are going to be playing the mano a mano, and we're going to do, there's some bonus cards available that you add into your deck gradually after each match. So we're actually going to play more than one match. It's a fairly quick game. We played it a couple times last night, enjoyed it, and so we're here to show you. So let's go down to the table and we'll show you exactly what is in the box. Fair warning, all this is advanced copy stuff, so nothing is completely final as far as components and card art and whatever.
And we'll give some of our own thoughts on such and matter when we are done here as well.
Yes, we will. So first off, the game comes with 4 different wrestlers. Each one has their own deck of cards. They're kind of color-coded, but the colors are kind of difficult to see right now. But that's, again, a component thing that is probably going to be
fixed. It's mainly blue-black.
It's blue-black, yes.
You know, like the color your face is going to be.
Ooh,
I went there.
Snap. Each wrestler has their own player board, which shows you what you have to do on your turn, as well as what your signature moves are, your combo moves, and I'll get to that in a minute, as well as a couple tidbits, like, for example, La Fantasma Blanca has, favorite color is green, favorite movie is When Harry Met Sally, and with a height of 5'6" and a weight of none of your business.
You go, girl. You go, girl.
That's what I'm going to be. You have your deck of cards, blah, 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 blah. And they comprise of move cards, respond cards, modify cards, we'll explain that as we go, because it's going to be very apparent what we're doing is pretty much right at the start.
It's a reference card. I'm so happy.
You have a crowd support tile for when you inflict 10 or more damage on your opponent, or whenever you taunt your opponent. There's a special taunt card in every deck. And then you have pin and submit cards, which are added to your deck once you get your opponent down to 20 health or below. If ever you reduce your opponent to 0 health, they're knocked out, you win. And there are ways to respond to being pinned and a submission attempt. But rules of who to start goes with the person who has the best announcer voice, and we pretty much determined by default that's me. So, and I will prove it.
I guess, or we can prove our worth to you guys.
We need a bell.
You can determine.
We need a wrestling bell. Can we get a wrestling bell? And we begin. The following contest is a 2 out of 3 falls match. Entering first, from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 360 pounds, El Pequeño Elefante! No music. He walks in silence.
He just walks in, it's his thing. The music is there, but it is pequeño.
Music es muy pequeño.
The music, la música es pequeño.
Es pequeño. Now entering to the ring, from Guadalajara, Mexico, weighing in at none of your business, La Fantasma Blanca!
Woo, get it, girl, get it, woo, that's my chica!
Woo! Ring the bell. Start the match.
And the match has begun. First up
is La Fantasma Blanca, who is going to... So you start with 7 cards in your hand, and then you can play move cards that lead up to a strength total of...
Oh. So these are not the exact same. So, Mood Biscuit mentioned that my player aid was upside down.
Oh.
That there's actually... Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah,
Great.
So there is a minor difference.
Oh, neat.
One is tag team side, one is the melee
Gotcha.
side. Thank you very much.
Mine was upside down, too. Whoops-a-doozle. Missed that one.
Oh, yeah, we played on the wrong side yesterday then. Look how much space there is.
Phantasma means
signature
ghost.
Moves.
Phantasma means ghost.
So she's the white ghost?
She's the white ghost. So we have 7 cards in our hand, and I'm going to comprise an attack of up to 10 strength
I'm drawing a Blanca.
of cards. So I'm going to... Ooh, that seems interesting. Ooh, that seems very interesting. Okay, I got this. La Fantasma Blanca opens up with a flying pile driver from the top rope.
Dang. Thank you very much for the host, Andy.
5, 6, 7... Yeah, 7. And I'm going to already store one of these signature move cards.
Dang.
Hey.
So here's something that I think you should know, just in fairness. I'm really bad at shuffling cards. I just want that to be clear. It does not impact the design of the game. I'm just bad at shuffling cards.
So what I've done is I played one move card, but I modified it twice. So it takes 7 strength, that's this number here with a little arm, and it's going to deal 7, 8, 9 damage.
And you said that you can do a maximum of 10 strength, which is the muscle arm. A maximum of 10 strength to an opponent in
Correct.
one turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Among all the cards that are played.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've only played one move, but it is doing 9 damage to you.
Dang.
Now you have a chance to respond to that or duck to mitigate any of that damage.
You know, the thing is, I will not be doing that.
Oh, snap.
I'm just gonna take a little hurt, but it's not enough to get you crowd support. Like, it was pretty cool,
It
but
was
they didn't
pretty
start
cool,
the chant
but
yet.
you're already down to 31.
They did not start the chant yet.
No, they
So don't get ahead of yourself.
I'm not.
Just don't do it.
And then it becomes your turn.
Yeah, it does.
Now, you'll notice that I only have 3 cards in my hand, and that's because you start your turn by drawing up to 7 cards. You should probably get up and eat something. Go for it.
Get up, eat something, then come back.
Get your popcorn ready.
Ooh.
Oh!
And a soda and a hot dog. I can go for a hot dog. We haven't had hot dogs in a long time.
We've not.
I'm going to... Let's hold off on that.
Crowd's already starting to chant.
Tasma,
Getting on my side.
Tasma. Let's do...
At this point,
okay.
Elefante stands up and just like spits on the ground.
He gets up. He hears the crowd. He hears the crowd screaming out for La Fantasma Blanca, and he doesn't care. In fact, he doesn't even respect. He doesn't respect what she did to him. So he's gonna walk up and he's gonna first off slap her right in the face.
Oh!
Just a big slap to the face. Then, in that momentum of that slap, he's gonna do a spinning drop kick.
Ooh. So that's 2 moves in this one attack so far.
And then, while she's off balance, he's gonna go out of the ring, come on up to the top rope. Make sure I have enough strength left. And he's gonna clothesline her from the top rope.
Oh, flying clothesline, essentially.
A flying...
Without being flying.
Without being a flying. From the top rope. Which is going to do some extra damage. It just makes that slap hurt even more.
All right.
So that's going to be a total of 5, 10, 11, 12... 13 damage.
Okay. So I'm going to respond by reversing it. I got a reversal card, so damage from the weakest move done against me is applied to you instead.
That'd be the...
Yes, so that's 3 damage done to you.
Slap,
no, weakest. It would be the slap.
Well,
both of these are 5. This is 3.
Oh, right, because you add both. No, for the weakest move. Oh, right, it counts as one.
Right, it counts as one move. Anytime
so when
you
have
modify...
a modify card, it is counted as a single move, as the card says. If the card says differently, it's different. But in these cases, it does say treat both cards as one move. Right. So this was 5, this was 5, this one's 3.
Right. So you're going to take 3 damage.
Well, I'm glad I threw in the extra slap then. I'm okay with that.
And then I'm going to take 10.
10. 10, which is going to get me some crowd support.
Hold on. I'm going to duck as well.
No! So, I want crowd support!
Some cards have this. You can barely see it maybe, but there is this duck icon here, and we are... down to 0 frames.
Oh, hold on. We're back.
Uh-oh.
It was just bouncing.
All right. Just bounced. Have this duck icon here, so you're only allowed to play 1 respond card as a response to a move, but you can also play duck icons to lessen the damage by 2 for each duck card. You can play as many duck cards that you play. So I'm only going to be taking 8 damage instead of 10.
You said duck, and I thought...
Quack. Which is really funny because the icon is an actual duck.
And I thought an actual ducking card that says duck on it.
Oh.
Not a duck quack
goose
card.
Instead. So I'm taking 8 damage, so no crowd support for you.
All right.
So that makes it my turn. And
I'll forgive your transgressions, woman.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Guys,
cards
really
bring me
match.
up to 7. Okay, cool. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to play a couple of moves here. We're going to do a spinning hammer fist.
Ouch.
As well as, and follow that up with a flying hammer fist.
She's taking nobody's nothing.
So that is going to do 9 damage to you.
I suppose it is.
Oh.
Which means down to 19.
19?
Uh-huh.
You know what that means? That means I get to add my
pin
and submit card.
He spit out a tooth from, like, it actually came out from not even his mouth, but from the fake trunk on his mask. Just spat out a bloody tooth. From multiple fists hammering his face.
You can use duck cards.
Yeah, I know this now. I remember this now. That's all right. That's okay.
So now now that she is below she's at 20 or below, I shuffle in my pin and submit cards into my deck. And now I can try to go for either a pin or submission should I draw those cards into my hand.
Well, I'm going to lay down 2 of my signature move cards.
You can only play 1.
Just kidding. I'm going to lay down 1 of my signature move cards.
There you go.
And then... Okay. And then...
Pequeño Elefante is dizzy.
Little bit.
Little dizzy.
Let's throw down... I'm going to throw down the metal chair.
Oh, no!
It went under the table. While it was down, you didn't see. You were too busy with the crowd and all that. Well, you didn't quite get their support, and I rolled over to the side of the ring. I pulled out the chair, and I came back and smacked her with it to daze her.
Oh, no. That means that I can only do 5 strength worth of moves my next turn.
And then we're going to do... 2 hammer fists.
Oof.
Pop, pop. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come back and do 2 hammer fists. One right after the other on top of the chair that was on the ground.
No!
That's what's going down.
So I'm going to do a block. I will receive no damage from the weakest move done against me, which is one of the hammer fists. So I'll negate that. So then, yeah, I'm taking, 7 damage?
7.
7
damage.
Puts me down to 25.
Still can't pin him. I'm pretty hurt, y'all.
Phew.
I'm pretty hurt.
Whew. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Let's see. Now, for something you might all enjoy a little bit.
I won't.
Probably not. Let's hope so. Alright, so first I'm going to throw La Chancla de tu Madre at you.
No! You dishonor me! And my madre. And her chancla!
5 damage to you, and that's all the strength that I can do, because that is
yes, because you are dazed.
But then I'm going to go for the pin.
Ooh.
So the way that works is if she has a respond card in her hand, she can play it and kick out of the pin attempt. If not, we're going to go to a count.
Yeah, I don't have one.
All right, so I'm getting the top 3 cards from your deck.
Can I shuffle the deck first?
Nope. Doesn't
It
matter.
probably wouldn't help me if I did.
All right. So if one of these 3 cards is a respond, then she kicks out of the pin. If not, then she's pinned, and I win. So ready? 1, 2, 3! Ding! Ding!
Where are
ding!
my response? Literally all my response. Oh, the next one was a response card. Just kidding. The top 4. I need the top 4. I don't know. Is anybody else having an issue with the audio? Let me know.
Woo!
I didn't get to play my second signature move.
Oh, I didn't play mine either. The winner of the first fall, La Fantasma Blanca!
Boo! We don't like her. Boo!
All right. So now that one fall has been played, we can we'll go through our bonus cards now, and each of us is going to add 2 to our deck to start. I'm going to do that
bonuses.
one.
A.
Yes.
Did you also mention what these cool moves were on the player aid?
Yeah, so there is a signature move which can only be played if you save 3 of your signature move cards. Which you
go nicely at the bottom, which I now see on this side, which is the correct side to play on for a mano a mano. They have these nice 3 individual spots for them, as opposed to tag team side, which they're a little bit more crowded. If only because there's more rules on the tag team side, or it's multiple. I'm not sure yet because we haven't tried the tag team just yet. Hi, Sim.
At the end of your turn, I forgot this rule that's there. At the end of the turn, you may shuffle your full hand into your draw pile or discard any number of cards from your hand to your discard pile.
Shuffle your full hand into your draw pile and then draw again?
I don't think so. That would
Because then you have
that would
nothing
leave
to...
you defenseless.
Right, so you'd have to draw again if you were to do that. At the end of the turn, you may shuffle your full
you don't
hand.
have to. Here you go.
Or discard any number of cards from your hand to your discard pile, which will allow you to draw up more, but you put yourself at a bit of a
Disadvantage because you
just
wouldn't
in
be able to block
case.
things.
Yeah. I mean, you can put as many as you want, so you don't have to get rid of all of them.
True.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hand these to me.
And the other things that you have are combo moves. So you see there's a cactus and a sombrero. Some of the cards have those icons on the left side as well. If you play 3 of them, 3 cactuses or 3 cacti, or 3 sombreros, you do these combo moves instead of what the moves you actually played are, is, and. They can't be responded to, but they can be mitigated with duck cards.
Okay. Cool. I managed one of those yesterday. Just once.
You did.
My turn? I go
Yes.
first? All right, so we're going to immediately start out cheating, because that's what I like to do.
Oh.
I'm going to play Don't Give Up. Immediately place this card next to your player aid. You may now draw an additional 3, up to 6 cards when trying to escape a pin attempt for the remainder of this match.
Ooh.
So
if I try to get it for a pin, she doesn't double her chances.
well, considering last time when I got pinned last game, literally the 4th card would have been the respond card.
Oh.
Which was rough.
Oh.
So I'm going to be prepared this time.
Good morning, Anya.
Hey, Anya. Good morning.
Harvard U.
All right, let's start this off strong.
Do it. I dare you.
I'm going to start off with... we're going to start off with a... Da, 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 da.
Chance of let's go, jobber.
Yeah, right? Let's start off with... Sorry. A
Ouch.
hammer fist. Oh, geez. Let's start off with a hammer fist.
Oopsie.
That, I come bringing my fist down right on top of your skull, but really right into your chest. And then I'm going to get back up and do a spinning pile driver.
Spinning pile driver. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a whole lot of strength. That's only 5 strength. But that is going to do 8 damage to me.
Yeah.
I am going to play Repost. I don't prevent any damage to myself, but I will deal 3 damage to you in response to that. So
Okay.
I'm going to take the 8. I'm eating that 8. And you're
get 3.
taking 3.
Okay. We come back up with an elbow in the gut. Ugh.
But here, I'm also going to duck. Another duck card, so back up to 34.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
I see what's happening.
Yeah. That's what's happening. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Ooh. All right. I'm going to store one of my signature moves. I am going to...
Signature from the start.
And I get up from those hammer fists, and I'm going to taunt you. She became French for a second. I taunt you.
Don't you?
So, me playing that means I will heal 5. So I'm back up to 39 health. And I get the crowd support. So this crowd support tile has a special ability, and it gives you an additional thing. So this says, you may now immediately draw 1 additional card, and you maintain your +1 hand limit for a total of 8, as long as you have the crowd support. And my ability is the Hand of Fate. On your opponent's turn, take their entire hand and the top 5 cards from their draw pile, rearrange them as you choose, and return the same number of cards to each location. Flip this tile after use. Huh.
What do you get to do?
I get to take your hand and the top 5 cards of your deck, and I get to rearrange them as I choose and return the same number of cards to each location.
Oh.
So basically, I get to pick what you're going to draw.
Okay.
Interesting. But I get to draw a card now because of that. And
I'm very curious how that could affect a turn. Especially the way that I've been drawing, which is poorly. But
and I'm going to slap you once.
slap the taste out your mouth.
That's 5. Slap you twice.
Dang, she
And
catty.
then body slam you. Total of 10 strength and total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 damage.
Okay. I guess that's happening.
Don't forget your duck cards.
I don't have duck cards.
Oh.
I don't have anything I need when I need it. This is inconvenient.
Inconceivable.
All right, but that's all right because you can come back from behind. All right, so I'm getting 4 more cards. Keep that.
Looks
in
like La
mind.
Fantasma Blanca is running roughshod over El Pequeño Elefante.
It appears so, but I mean, if it didn't look like I was losing, it wouldn't be a very good match, now would it?
Ooh.
All right. Well, first I'm gonna taunt. Heal up a little bit.
Okay.
And then. Oh, and that's part of the strength of my turn too.
Yes, it is. I realized that a little late.
Whoops. Oh, which also gives me the crowd support.
Yep.
Which my crowd support, immediately draw 1 additional card. Hooray. Maintain your +1 hand limit as long as you have crowd support. Cool. I've heard it both ways. During your turn, give a move card to your opponent. They must play that card on their next turn, paying its cost, but it will do no damage to you. Place the card back in your hand at the end of their turn.
Huh. That's weird. That's interesting.
Okay. That is interesting. I'll have to save that for
So
something
you
cool.
play something like Metal Chair.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Then
'Cause it takes
you've
5
got 5
strength.
strength already used up, and then I can just grab the chair back and it goes back in my hand. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. And
All
I guess
right.
I've heard it both ways is because in actual Spanish, El Pequeño Elefante is not how you say
No.
the small elephant. It would be El Elefante Pequeño.
See.
I've heard it both ways.
What else have I got?
I've
Oh,
heard
okay,
it
here we
both
go.
Are you Sean Spencer? Oh, it's like references. Oh, I miss those.
All right, let's
Oh,
also
pineapple.
throw down.
Duh.
All right, so I've got 3 strength already used up. Let's also add to it. Gonna do a body slam from the top rope.
Oh, snapper McDoodles.
Body slam from the top rope, which puts me at 8. Then finish it off with a clothes slam. Clothesline.
Clothes
Clothes
slam.
slam.
Dirty laundry.
Downy Fresh. Yep, so that's going to do a total of, at 6 plus 1 is 7.
Oh, yeah, because you have the crowd support, so that's
Yeah.
what Body Slam does.
10 damage.
10 damage. All right, I'm going to play the reversal. Damage from the weakest move done against me is applied to you instead, so you're going to take 3 and I will take 7.
7.
So that puts me down to 32 and puts you down to 29. Cool. This is turning out to be a fairly...
This was a little more even.
This is a little bit of a more even match.
Only a little, though.
Wow.
There's another psych reference. Oh, you'll know it when you see it. Oh, boy. So I'm gonna take it that Cabin 21 Games are fans of Psych.
I guess. Well, I know
I
when
like
I
it,
see it,
guys.
I didn't really watch that much Psych.
I've heard it both ways. I didn't watch Psych at all. I'm afraid, but clearly we've got people in chat who are gonna know it. Is it in one of our decks right now, or is it a character we're not using?
If there's a pineapple hidden in one of these cards, that would make me giggle.
Now I want to find it.
Damn.
Oh, now I want that. You know that baked thing, elephant ears. Now I want that because I'm looking at his mask. I wonder if I can find like a recipe for that, a paleo recipe for elephant ears. It's your turn though.
I do know this.
Oh, are you looking something up?
I might be.
Ah, I know which card he took. It's totally worth it. I promise. It's 100% worth it. And it'll be so minimal that we should not get muted.
Right.
It will be so minimal. I think you get like 7 seconds. So just play that as the last thing you do, and you'll have like 7 seconds of it being plus whatever. Just very much, I want to say I appreciate these reference cards. The fact that there is a reference section on these cards. I love that.
Let's see what I got here.
Am I the only person who appreciates when a board has like specific areas for things? I like that they have the save signature move cards area, and I wonder if there's like a way to have like in this section would like on the left hand side of the board would be crowd support specifically, or if more people kind of prefer to just place things as you would need to. We currently have our stuff placed because we are streaming it, so there's sort of a certain way you want to prepare a screen so that it's easy for you guys to see. Whereas what we could have done is
Nothing.
nothing at all.
Nothing.
Hey, child,
Don't
be
worry
quiet.
about it.
We're watching fighting.
Behold the king, the king of kings.
This is not the song I wanted, but whatever.
There is only one.
Which one do you want?
Time to play.
That one.
Time to play the game.
R.I.P. Lemmy.
Time to play the game.
All right. So
R.I.P. Lemmy.
they are playing my song. So my attack is going to get +1. All of my attacks do +1 damage
For as long as it's playing.
for as long as this song is playing. And I'm going to drop kick, pile drive, and clothesline you for a total of 10 damage. Sorry, 10. I guess 11.
7, 10, 11. Yeah. I will modify some of that. So it's only 8 damage. Ha!
Did I
I modify it.
did I take any damage?
No, I played a duck
Oh,
card.
you played a duck.
I played a duck card. Of the TV shows and movies. Oh, I love that. That's fantastic. We gotta watch more TV shows and movies so we can get these references. Cool, your turn's over. Hi, time roller. Alright, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5,
Don't mute
6.
us.
7. Oh, but I still have crowd support, so we're gonna go 8.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Whoops.
Whoops.
There we go. There we go. We're gonna do a suplex from out of the ring.
Ooh, suplex out of the ring.
Did I what? Oh, Bree.
Bree, thank you so much for those gift subs.
Thank you. So we're gonna do the crowd would really like that out of the ring, the suplex from out of the ring. Heck yeah!
Everything's gonna be going off for a minute.
There's one more after that, and then followed up by a body slam. Thank you so much for the gift subs, Bree.
What up?
Which is a total of 9 strength.
Well, you have been chosen, Melody.
Yeah, right? Good. I'm not regularly subbed to my own channel.
Finger to the head poses. Oh. That is subtle.
Oh, yeah, because he does that thing when he does the...
Yeah.
He's pretending to do the thing.
Yeah.
Got it.
That is subtle.
I like it. That's for the real fans.
Yeah.
That's for the true fans. Okay.
Oh, there's things happening. And that are
Yeah,
bad for me.
I'm attacking you. I did
Yes.
my suplex from out of the ring.
Right.
And my body slam, which is going to do actually a total of, so that's 7, 8, 13 damage.
What? Oh, man, that's no bueno. Ha! Because Spanish.
Ha! Oh, actually, also, I'm going to play this focus cheat card.
He's also doing it.
He's doing the thing. And that's going to let me draw... Oh, for my discard pile.
Hello, Vulpus.
Hello! Good morning. And Heroic Logic.
And Heroic.
So I get to choose one card. Oh, I can either choose 3 cards from my discard pile and shuffle them into the draw pile, or I can take 1 card from the discard pile and put it in my hand.
Yes.
So I'm gonna take. I would have liked to have saved this, but we may not have the time to save the card, and that's okay. Because I'm gonna take. Oh, that counts towards my strength. It counts towards my strength.
I really hate this. Is that your entire attack though?
Yes.
So that's doing 13 damage to me. What's
You're gonna take
32
13?
minus 13?
Dang.
That'd be 19.
Yes.
Ugh.
Time for some pins and submissions, baby.
No bueno. No me gusta. Don't call it a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. That'd be my turn then, yes? 2, 3, 4, 5.
You guys just watch me do
Drawing
that?
6
Did you just
cards.
see that happen?
What?
I literally went like this, like 3 times in a row.
Without
and
like picking up any cards?
the cards would not leave my hands. So they were not thus being shuffled.
Gotcha.
Easy, miss. Christmas was very nice. We had a nice time over at Yuli's parents' house. They took us wayward souls in, and it was a very lovely evening.
All right. I've come prepared for this.
Oh, you think you did?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I did. This move. So La Fantasma Blanca is getting right back up on her feet, and much to the crowd's surprise, as well as El Pequeño Elefante's surprise, El Poder de los Antepasados, the power of the ancestors, is... So I'm playing 3 cactus cards, so that is going to be one of my combo moves. So I'm going to deal 10 damage to you and heal 5 of my own. Haha. So, haha. Haha. Hoo. Ha.
10 damage.
10 damage. Now again, unless a card specifies, that can't be responded to.
But I can use the ducks.
You can use the ducks.
Yeah, I'm gonna use ducks. Although 10, 21.
That puts you down to 11.
Oh yeah, that's not good. I'm gonna use ducks.
I'm gonna
use 3 ducks, in fact.
Ooh, so that's
only 4 damage.
all right.
So it's
So my pins and submits get put into my draw deck.
Yup. It's begun. It's begun. The whole Christmas. Is that the total, everything you're doing?
That is going to be everything that I do.
All right.
I kind of digging the cards that are in my hand right now.
1. So I'm going to draw 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Let's Let's lay down the signature move.
Oh!
It's getting to that point of the match. This is
Oh.
well timed.
Oh, it's well worked.
All right. Okay. And then we're going to... Ooh, it is tricky to get those combinations together, isn't it?
Yeah, I kind of played my last couple of turns hoping to get one of those in.
Yeah.
So there is like a
It might
little
be
bit
worth
of,
it.
there is a little bit of strategy. Like if you're falling behind, you may want to hold on to some of those cards that have
Yeah.
the cacti or the sombreros on it,
Or the ducks.
so that you can do some major damage and have your opponent reeling from an attack. There's a little bit of strategy there. It's not just random, play all the moves that you can.
It might be the nicest way to kick somebody's butt.
It's actually it's like the theory
Quite
of
gentlemanly of butt kicking.
it's like the theory of Mortal Kombat. Like we're going to have a tournament of fighters that kill each other to settle a war. It's a pretty humane way of having a war if you think about it.
Right? All right. Let's do a flying suplex.
Oh snap!
Ooh, a flying suplex. Into the drop kick.
Drop kick.
The drop kick, and then I'm going to twist my legs in such a way around your neck to try and make you submit.
Oh well, I'm not under 20. You can only do that when I'm under 20 at the start of your turn.
Really?
Really?
But it's already in my deck.
Okay, so keep it in your hand. I thought that was fur.
What was fur?
I felt air from the cup holder, and I felt like the cat just like. Nope.
I guess I'm not going to do that then.
But
No, that's fine.
I am going to block. So I'll receive no damage from the weakest move done against me. And I'm just realizing this now
What?
because I'm a boob.
What?
That the block also does 1 damage to you. And I'm gonna take 8 damage.
I
What's
guess
24
so. No, 9.
9?
I still have the crowd
Ah,
support.
gotcha. Well, now I'm down to 15. Oh crap.
Suck it!
Oh crap.
Wait, so now I can't do my submit?
Right, because it has to be at the start of your turn.
Ugh. That's okay. It's fine. I'll submit him later. What? What does that even mean?
Oh, will you?
Prob's not, but
Perhaps not.
gonna make it a better match. Much better match than it was before.
Well, I'm going to hit you with a metal chair.
Ow.
Uh,
Remember that you played that, because I'll forget.
Yep.
That's your responsibility.
And...
Oh, he has the face on this one, too.
Huh?
The ear.
Oh, yeah.
The hand of the ear thing on this one, too.
And
I like it.
I'm going to move to pin ya.
Ay, 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 ay.
This could be it. This could be it. The 2 out of 3 falls. Could be one right here.
If you have a card, do you have to play it?
If you have a respawn card and you're going to kick out of the pin, I mean, I'd recommend it. Otherwise, you're going to be, like, hoping for that 3-card draw.
Well, I get 6.
Oh, 6-card draw.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
do
if
I
you have a
wanna-
respawn card, then,
Is it better to play it?
I mean, it's a guaranteed getting out of the pin.
Yeah, but I like this respond card for other things. I want to hold on to this respond card.
I don't know. Does Mood Biscuit have input for this situation? Or
Right,
do the rules have an input for this situation?
Yeah, like, do you have to play a respond card if you are in a pin? Or are you gonna throw the match? Did you miss the script?
It says if your opponent has a respawn card in their hand, they may play it to block the pin or submit.
May play it. I'm curious to see where this will go. Although I feel like, do you know how many cards you get? of each.
I don't. Off the top of my head, I don't.
I feel like I played a lot of move cards. I want to see what happens. I want to see if either I was paid to throw the match,
Right.
or I missed a cue from the ref, or
All right.
it looks really cool. So I get to draw 6 cards
Yes.
for this,
Now, do those cards
which
go into
indicates
your,
a very slow count.
Yep. When I hit you with the chair, I also knocked into the ref.
Yep. So it took a minute to get back. Oh, there's a pin happening.
Pinch are played at the end of the attack. Oh.
Yeah, it says that as the last move of your attack.
Right. So pinning.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So our question was, if you were going to break out of said pin, the rules say you may play a respond card to break out of the pin. But I like my respond card, so I want to hold on to it. So am I allowed to, because I have this bonus cheat card that says I can draw an additional 3 cards when trying to escape a pin attempt. It seems like it would make sense for me to want to hold on to my pin card, and I've got double the chance now to break out, hopefully. That's what I would do. Does that make sense? Trying to do a little bit of strategery. Just a smidge of strategery. And I like that you get those options. Because again, when I think of this as an American, right, I don't have a lot of experience with luchador wrestling, and I don't know how similar it is to sports entertainment like WWE. But this very much feels, because this is a cheat card, it feels very much...
You don't have to play a response to kick out of a pin.
Cool. Yeah, it feels very much like this would be one of those moments where it starts to get scripted. Like, oh, it's a long count. Oh, what's happening?
Right.
All right.
So, here we go.
We'll play them like 2 at a time.
Yeah, I'm going to go. 1, 2.
Oh, jeez, my pin cards were all... Oh, there it is.
Ah, 2.5.
It's an interesting, risky strategy. And it played out. It panned out.
2.5.
So what happens to those?
So these, did they go back to the draw pile, or did they go into the discard pile?
I don't know. What did the rules say?
Probably the discard pile, but I'm gonna...
Oh, I hope not. I really want my signature move back.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. The opponent will draw 3. You'll flip them one at a time while counting out loud. If you flip over a respawn card, the pin attempt fails and play resumes. It doesn't say if those cards will go into the discard.
Okay. I'm going to put them in the discard for now.
Tentatively.
Because I suppose you could potentially go through all of these and shuffle back. But you can also use cards that let you take cards from the discard. But I mean, not being able to do your signature move, that's not a be-all, end-all in the game. It's not going to affect the game in such a traumatic way.
But it did hit you with the metal chair, so you're taking 5 damage. Putting you down to 11, unless you wanted to duck out of the way of that.
What am I doing?
You took 5 damage because of the metal chair, and you're dazed, so you can only do 5 strength.
Oh, right. You hit me with a metal chair.
Yep. And the pin card that I played is going to go on my player board, because if I play a third pin attempt, it cannot be escaped.
Right.
It is an automatic win.
I'm going to respond to that metal chair.
Oh, okay.
So at the very least, it's not how I wanted to use this, but I'm glad I still have it, because now I can do the boot to the head.
Ooh.
You prevent damage from all but the weakest move, but you only did 1 move against me. And deal 3 damage to your opponent in return.
Okay.
They suffer humiliation and lose the crowd support.
Ooh. All right, so I'm going to take 3 damage. You still take the 5, because that was the only move that I did.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, we're very close to a knockout here.
We are.
This might just end in a knockout. That's not how I wanted it to end. But yeah, Moody Biscuit, if you let us know, because that might be one of the rules clarifications we may need. The cards that are used to break out of a pin...
They are discarded.
They are discarded. Okay,
cool.
Then I will correct this to be equal with the others.
That is
Goodbye,
an interesting,
signature
risky
move.
strategy then, because, now you're missing your signature moves. But
oh, well.
You got me down to
1, so
to
4,
11
5,
12 health.
6,
So.
7, 8. So I'll play the signature move, just in case there's a way maybe I can get that one back. Who knows? What's your damage at?
12.
12, eh?
Yep. Eek.
All right, let's, do I have a thing? I do not. Okay. Let's do our own little dance here.
Dance, 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 dance.
We're gonna send you into a pile driver.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait. Okay, so you said... I'm sorry. No.
What?
I got hit by a metal chair.
Yes, so you can only
Yeah,
play
you
a
have
5
to...
strength.
Gotta remind me.
You can only play 5 strength. Unless you play a combo move.
I still don't know what that is.
So if you have 3 cacti...
Oh, these are the combo moves. Okay,
The cacti
got
or
it.
the sombreros.
Got it. I was waiting to find a card that's like combo. Well, I haven't seen that, so I didn't touch that cheat card. So I'm like, I don't think any of them actually said combo.
Womp womp.
My bad.
Boot to the head does not work in that situation? At all? I thought it would be like...
The one that I played?
Yeah.
You prevent damage from all but the weakest move done against you, and deal 3 damage to your opponent in return. They suffer humiliation and lose the crowd's support. This card does no damage when used to escape a pin or submit attempt.
I thought it would be...
So, in the instance where this... So, does it just not block single attacks?
You only play 1 card, thus the weakest attack. Right, so she still took the damage from it.
Yeah, I took the damage.
And then I took the 3 damage that it would do to me. I figured that maybe part of the card would work. Or is it...
No, I mean, that's it in its entirety, no? So
It's funny because we
that's
played
going
this
on-
last night and none of this... These like issues that came up.
Because it seems straightforward in that if someone does a single attack, sure, I'll take the damage, but here's a chance for me to strike back.
You're right.
Which helps move the game along. And even this being this is one of our longer matches.
Yes.
And it's still like, look where we are. It
Yes.
still feels like it's flowing like a good match would be. This would be a good match. Like
Yes.
they're going back and forth. They're both getting hurt. They're both kind of prepared for, like, they're getting excited, getting ready for a signature move.
We got a 2.5 of...
A 2.5 pin after a long pin. It was a long count and still couldn't get it.
Yep.
Still couldn't get it.
I'm going to the rep. That was 3!
That
was 3!
No pin. No pin. But I can only play a strength of 5. So I'm going to play... Especially if this rules clarification is a thing and you can't use a boot to the head kind of response to a single attack. If that is the case, I would totally play La Chancla de tu Madre.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Which, because the card says, if your health is above 20, this card does plus 5 damage to your opponent. Otherwise, plus 10 damage.
Did the chair count as part of the pin attempt, therefore? So the pin was played at the end of... The pin is played as the last part of the attack. So the damage from the metal chair was done. I hit her with the metal chair. Or him. I hit him with the metal chair.
Big hairy him.
And then I went to pin.
And then I'm going to try to submit.
Oh, snap! Uh-oh.
So it's going to be 10 damage, unless you can mitigate that, I guess.
Uh-oh. Yes. I am going to... Oh, crap.
Choices!
This isn't good, y'all! I'm going to play Inconceivable. Which can be used to block any attack, including combo and signature moves. All cards used in your opponent's attack, except taunt, are shuffled back into their draw deck.
So the move gets shuffled back in.
I believe so.
All right.
So I'm not taking any damage from the chancla.
So you're going to use that response card instead of using it to submit, to avoid submission?
Yeah, and so here's the thing with submit cards. If you can't play a respond card out of your out of your hand, You play rock paper scissors to see
Yeah.
if I actually submit.
So what I did was I pulled a saco. I took la chancla de tu madre and I stuffed it in your mouth.
And here's the way this is gonna go. She has to win 2 games of rock paper scissors before I win 1 game of rock paper scissors. And if she does, then she wins by submission. I'm gonna throw a rock.
In his mouth. Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh.
That's a rock.
I didn't want to do it that way because I hate rock, paper, scissors because I feel like people always cheat. Okay, you're not allowed to do that though. So don't do that. In fact, go again. You're not allowed to do that again. You're not allowed to do that. Go again.
Okay, fine.
No, I don't want to because now you're cheating. All right, so this goes
Psychology of the rock, paper,
into.
scissors.
See, that's my only issues because that's one of those things that you're like, oh, it's so lighthearted. Now people are like, no, I went to college to learn how to beat people in rock paper scissors. Anyway, okay, yeah, that was my full attack. So you took your damage, or you blocked damage?
I blocked the damage, so I didn't
All
take
of it?
any damage. Yeah, I blocked it.
What did you do?
Everything. Oh, and I dealt 5 damage to you.
Inconceivable?
Inconceivable.
Oh, you dealt damage to me? Hold up.
With the response.
So on some of the responses, they say prevent damage from a type of move or something.
Mm-hmm.
But this one just says you do not prevent any damage. Deal 3 damage to your opponent as a response.
Right, that as a response. As in, as a response to an attack. That's how response cards are generally played.
Generally?
Yes, because they're...
Or
Because there's that one
instance?
card that I had that was a double reversal. That is the case that you can respond to a response.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So you took 5 down to 6. Oh snap! And then it's my move. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I'm only up to 7. Oh! A signature move, La Chica del Diablo! Dealing 20 damage.
Okay, you win.
With a knockout in the
How did the bad guy win? Only the bad guys.
Oh, La
Don't get
Fantasma
the-
is definitely the face in this.
No way.
You gotta believe
She's
it.
all in black.
Yeah?
That's what bad guys wear. She's like the Nia Jax, but small.
Like I said, let's go jobber.
Let's go jobber. Much closer this time, anyway.
Winner by knockout. La Fantasma Blanca!
Oh, I forgot to use my thing. Whoops.
Your thing?
Yeah. I got the chair and then I didn't give it to you.
Whoops.
Oops. My bad.
Ding, ding. All right. I won. 2 out of 3 falls. One by pin and a knockout. It's the only way to do it. Otherwise, we could now continue to play more and more rounds, adding 2 of these bonus cards into our deck at a time.
I like those bonus cards.
I like them. I don't see why you couldn't, like, if you only planned to play, like, 1 match. But, I mean, the game is so quick that you will play more than 1 match if you're going to play this, if you're going to break it out.
Yeah, but still, this match felt more like a short game as opposed to so what we noticed was when we were playing yesterday, as we're going through it's a very quick game.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's like a filler game. You can break this out while you're like, your buddy's like, I stopped by Domino's and picking up a pizza for you guys. I'll be there in 30.
Yeah.
Like, okay. You break this game out, you've got a game going for 30 minutes.
Yep.
Like, honestly, you could probably even get, depending on how quickly you play, as you get used to the cards, you could play 2 games of this. To maybe you're finishing up the last game as your buddy's arriving. When we played today, the first match felt like it went pretty quickly. And then this one, was a little bit longer than that first one.
Yeah.
This one added maybe like 15 minutes.
Well, here's the thing.
But
Like,
it still didn't feel like it was obnoxiously long
Right.
for being such a simple game. It felt like, okay, this can be a filler or this can be a short game.
and even so, like, I think what might contribute to that is the more rounds that you play, the more bonus cards are in your deck, and therefore, like, the more cards you have to go through to get your pins and submits. So I think just by that happening, each round you get into what happened?
Oh, this is okay, nothing.
Each round that
I
you
was like,
get
there's 4
into,
signature move cards? No.
each round that you get into, as far as the match is concerned, it's going to just by default be prolonged because there's more cards to kind of sift through. Not much,
No.
but it's nature of the beast, and that is cool thematically speaking because that means that, like, you know, the fighters are getting tired, like, you know, it's going to take a lot more effort to throw in. So that's how I'm justifying that in the thematic area. I enjoy the theme. There aren't any wrestling themed games out there.
No.
Really.
There really aren't. But I think for a game that you're going to base on wrestling, it needs to be it can't be some heavy, crunchy, like, you know, dudes on a map kind of game. It shouldn't be that.
Right.
It should be something like this where it's quick and snappy and you can get through a lot. Because, I mean, if you think about it, you watch an episode of wrestling and
They're going to say psych.
an episode of Psych. You watch wrestling and you're watching essentially the same thing happen for 3 hours. You're watching people who solve their problems with punching each other in the face in the ring. But you're going to see the similar attacks. You're going to see you've got the guy who you get to the kicks and you get that momentum in the kicks to the chest, and you've got the ones who they go back and forth with just punches to the face. Just you've got that, you know, you see similar elements that people want to see. And I think a game like this, where you are doing similar moves, you're doing a lot of, I'm throwing down a hammer fist, a second hammer fist with a suplex, and you can do that and it still feels appropriate and it's still fun to see because you're essentially recreating one of these wrestling matches. You've essentially got a
Right.
wrestling match in a box.
You are working. You're actually working a match. It feels like you're giving and taking that momentum from turn to turn, which is really cool and I think kind of innovative. And again, this isn't a really thinky kind of game. It is a happy-go-lucky. Play your cards, do damage, you know, fight it out, respond, and like you kind of get that feeling like, oh man, I'm getting knocked out. I need to do something.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like where the strategy will come in is like, how do I recover from, say, something like this where like I'm down to 12 and you're still at like 30.
Yeah,
Hell,
and that can
like,
be rough. But the
yeah.
good thing there is that once you've crossed this line, it doesn't matter if you're down to here. If I fall to a pin, that's it.
Right.
You can still win. And so
Right.
you're bloody and you're down, but you got your arm across and we were both knocked out at the right time and you win.
And that's what happened in our first match today.
Yeah.
Was I had less health, but I got the pin card.
Yep.
So
I actually feel like that's a pretty common trope in wrestling. Like that moment where they're both just so beaten, and then, from nowhere you hear someone's music, and someone comes running down, they just take your arm and they're just like, count,
Yes.
get the referee, start counting, and then he wakes up, 1, 2, 3, and then that's that, and you're like, what? They weren't supposed, what? What's that person have to do? Oh, they're starting a new storyline. That's when you learn.
that was a lot. What just happened?
But that's what this moment is. That's what this moment is.
That's the sneak up and
That's somebody came from backstage while you were both knocked out, took your arm, put it over your opponent, dragged the ref.
playing possum move.
Or pretending to be knocked out. I thought they were both knocked out. I've seen that a number of times.
Yeah.
They're both completely knocked out and someone comes in, puts the arm over.
Yep.
Done. Done. And everyone at home is like,
Screw job. But yeah, as fans of wrestling, I'm digging the theme, and I want to play it with 4 players to play that melee.
Yeah.
Because Each mode has their own like little bit of rule set. So tag team has these force a tag cards, and also you're playing with 2 characters. On the one side, you have the active player who's in the ring, the inactive player who's outside of the ring, and you can do like certain combo moves like with each other. The person outside of the ring can play a card to attack the other person who's outside of the ring. While things are going on, and like
you knock out the other person outside of the ring.
I mean, I guess you probably could. That might be a little bit difficult, but that's a thing that can happen. And Melee has the interesting dynamic of like, let's say you're playing every man for himself with the maximum player count, which is 4. The person who gets attacked becomes the next active player, which I thought initially was like, okay, so just like 2 people can just go back and forth, and that's not going to be fun for the other 2 players. But then continuing to read the rules, somebody can jump in and respond to that attack in order to become the next active player rather than the person who was attacked. So like the person who was attacked is still going to take the brunt of the damage from the attack, but you essentially stole the first player from them, or the active player from them. Which
I loved, because then that was immediately reminding me of when you've got like a Royal Rumble thing going on, and you've lessened some
Roman snapping.
Exactly. Someone rolled out from underneath the rope, so not over the top rope, so they're not out, but they just hang out at the bottom and wait their turn. Then they roll back in and come in from an attack. It's that. It's just like that.
Yeah. But there's also the other rule that if the same person is attacked twice in a row, then that person, no matter what happens, that person is going to become the active player. So like, you can't
That's
just
fair.
Get mollywopped 3 times in a row,
and someone jumps in and says, "Oh, my turn,"
without being able to do anything about it. So
right.
There was definitely a bit of thought put into the rules to make them, but they're also very, very simple. So it's you're drawing the cards, you play the cards up to X amount of strength, you deal the damage unless the other player responds or ducks out of the way, and then you have this boom, 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 boom. I have the momentum, you have the momentum, and that's the way the turns go. So it's really cool. It feels like you're working a match because of those response cards.
Yeah.
And having the ability, like, I thought that the signature move and the combo moves were going to be like really impactful, and they are, but I thought they were also going to be a lot more common.
I was afraid they were going to be more common. Once I saw how quickly you can lose points, you can lose and take damage, I was afraid these were going to come up, and then it'd be like, oh, well, okay.
But
that's a lot of damage. That's half your damage right there.
Yeah, it seems like the perfect thing where it's like, you could have that strategy of, okay, I have 2 cactuses in my hand, but they're also really good moves, but I'm not going to play those moves because maybe on my next turn I could draw an extra cactus and do extra damage.
Right.
So that's where
even heal.
That's where that strategy comes in. And as far as the signature move cards, that was the first time that one of us pulled a signature move.
Yeah. It was apropos too.
Yeah. Just like the end all, just knock him out.
Yeah. I think I might have... Are you supposed to hold on to your submit cards too after you play them?
No.
Just your pin cards?
Just the pin cards.
Okay. So what I was saying before about the design of... And I understand these are not necessarily finalized designs because Solo Una Noche is going to be on Kickstarter as of what date?
January 29th.
January 29th. So you get a first look, and these are pre-made components. These are not necessarily what these are going to finally look like.
Right.
So I don't mind saying, I love having a reference card. I love that the rules are written there for you. Although I think we forgot again about the end your turn, you may shuffle your hand to your draw pile or discard any number of cards. Forgot about that. But that's just because we had played.
Yeah, but also I don't feel like that's really like a necessary thing. I mean, I guess it's a good thing, but I can't see like strategically speaking, like...
Yeah, there was some I might have wanted to get rid of. But again, it could have been for the same strategy of, well, I'm going to hold on to these cards because I want the cacti. But maybe these are pretty weak cards, so I'll get rid of them for now.
True.
I could see reasons for it. I wonder if
Like if they're not responsored duck cards and they're pretty weak moves, and you want the chance to
make
draw
room
better
for
cards.
when you draw up. Especially if
definitely.
you've got a cheat card going, especially if you've got the crowd support, you get an extra card.
Yeah.
I like that there's room for the signature cards. I think I see no reason why not to add a space for where your pin cards go, perhaps. A pile for your pin cards. Since you have to keep track of those.
Oh, right.
Before the other person cannot break out of a third pin. So have to keep track of those somewhere.
Well, I mean, you could just add them to the side. Like they
No, I know,
start
and that's what I
off
was
to
saying.
the side, and then you could just like.
That's what I was saying. So originally I was saying that I like this design as it is, and I was asking if most people tend to care whether or not there is a specific organization for your cards and for your hand. If the game offers it, I like to know where things are supposed to go. I love that. Which game? It's Role Player. Role Player tells you exactly where you can put your stash of armor, your stash of traits, your stash of skills. I think that's great. I like that there's room for that. So I wonder if people prefer that, or if that's just a personal preference, and maybe I'm not necessarily in the majority of people who like that. I like that there's a place for your signature move cards, but because these are less
utilized
and less important to the actual completion of the game, like I would turn this into a place to put your pins, because now you have that warning. By the way, I've already put 2 pins on you. What's happening next? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Gonna get ready for that? So, maybe something for that. Maybe only 2 spaces, because on the 3rd pin you have to fall to the pin.
Right.
Maybe a place for 2 pins and then a stack for your signature cards or something. Because again, it doesn't have to stay this shape. It doesn't have to stay this size. So I don't know if I'm in the minority here, or if people just don't think about it. But if you do like to have a space for where your cards go as you collect them after playing them, I could see that there could be room to adjust for that. Sorry, I realized you couldn't see what I was pointing at.
Well,
Wow. So there's room.
but again, components aren't final. This is an advanced copy anyway.
And I think these look great.
And I do think
I
they
love
look
reference
great.
cards.
And I like the artwork on the cards, the ones that are done so far. So each wrestler has their own image on the cards. We can go down to the table and show you some of these.
Oops. Yeah, here we are.
So give me like 1 or 2 of your cards,
Oh.
because you're in there, like you're out of
Whoops.
the 2 things. Yeah. So
There we go.
uh,
And all the crowd support does different things, by the way.
La Fantasma Blanca's Out of the Ring card. It's essentially almost like the same art. It's just the character is different. So that's their El Pequeño Elefante's Hammer Fist, and La
They're also
Fantasma
not that yellow,
Blanca's.
that's us.
Yeah, that's us. That's cameras. So I like that. I'd like to see more characters. I think like maybe a little bit of move variation might be like a good thing too. But
Slightly asymmetric.
slightly
powers.
asymmetric powers. But
You get that with the crowd support,
yeah,
but I wouldn't mind seeing that throughout the cards as well.
yeah. But as far as like an advanced copy goes, and what the theme is and what the card play is, it's a good blast of fun. We can come back up.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Hi, guys.
It's a good blast of
Here are the other
of
characters.
fun. Nice. Like it was kind of described to us, it's light enough for people who aren't really into board games. It's a nice little filler kind of game, but also there is that little element of strategy of like, do I want to hold on to these cards in order to power up a really big move that's coming in later? Do I even have time to do something like that?
Yeah.
So it can get a little bit thinky like that, but other than that, it's really good. It's fun and funny.
Yeah, not everyone has to like wrestling to know wrestling well enough to be like, yeah, I'm gonna body slam. Like, you don't even know
Yeah.
what that means, but you know it does damage.
But
so
like
throw it
everyone
down.
knows, wrestling and that it's fake, and the fact that they throw in like
Wrestling's
things,
not fake.
things like a suplex, and that you can modify that to be a spinning suplex or a drop
It
kick
literally
from
does
the
not have
top
to make
rope.
sense.
No, but it does. It doesn't. No, it doesn't have to make sense, but it does make sense that like you can use a metal chair from the top rope And like I like the modifier cards that like add to the moves because like you can picture it, you can see it's believable. It's something that has happened in the past in wrestling, and it's something that will continue to happen, and it's something that is happening in your game right now. It's almost like an RPG sort of thing.
We've got one of those.
But it's card driven, and it's I like it. As far as the submission goes, that's like the gimmickiest thing in this game, playing rock paper scissors.
I almost don't love it,
but
I see it.
I definitely like appreciate it, like as far as like a little extra like bit of silliness.
It's just like a goofy. It's a goofy thing.
Yeah, it's the goofiness, which I think is it's actually pretty good. So that's our opinion on it. Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I do like it.
I like it a metric ton.
Yeah. I was like, I was honestly a little cautious at first. Like I thought, okay, so I'm going to deal like a bunch of damage at first. Like this game is going to go really, really fast. And then to see it like have that back and forth of healing and responding and going back and forth. Like you could have a match that ends in a couple of turns because of the pin and submit cards getting pulled in, or you could have a match like we had that, which lasts a bit longer and has that extra bit of tension.
Yeah, but that's what's cool is that when you are, what I was saying before, what I was saying yesterday too, when you are playing a game like this, it reminds me similarly to, it reminds me of Gloom in that you could take these cards and you could just match up the top squares and then move the cube along or move the cylinder along based on the number and the bottom squares. You could do that. But if you take the theme to heart, which you absolutely should, it's not necessary, but you should. It just adds to the fun of the game. Then it becomes more than just moving the cylinder along. It's, I body slammed the crap out of you. I'm moving that cylinder down. You deserve that.
Yep.
Because if you don't know Gloom is a game where you play these translucent or these transparent cards on top of family member pictures, and you're trying to make them really miserable. So there are positive and negative numbers in little circles on the transparent cards that you play on top of these characters. So you could just take a card and play it on top of a character, and now they've got -10 on them. Or you can explain what happened. You tell the story, which is what wrestling is. It's storytelling.
Right.
You tell the story.
But even then, like, I think maybe separating this from that is that it kind of tells its own story as far as like the modifiers are concerned. Like if you have control of the match and you're gonna suplex somebody from the top rope, you can imagine that happening.
Yeah, but I mean the cards in Gloom as well have the little bit of text.
Well, yeah.
It's very little bit of text though.
Yeah.
It's very minimal. This definitely goes into much more depth with what's going on these cards. This definitely tells a story, and it helps you tell this story.
Yeah.
So you can take this and have a ton of fun with it. Just a ton of fun.
So I think as wrestling fans, we enjoyed the theme and the mechanics of how a match works. And as board gamers, we definitely see that this can be a nice little filler game for kind of experienced
Joey's coming
gamers
back with some dominoes.
or even seasoned gamers who are just looking for something that's light.
Yes. Because this isn't
And you
so
can even
light
have
that
like a tournament style thing with this. So yeah, you can have an evening. You can play like a couple of rounds of this and be good and be satisfied and move on to something else, or you can make a night of this.
Botchamania.
Solo Una Noche of this.
This could become the new you play this on WrestleMania Day.
Yes.
Like you play First and Goal on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes. And Stratomatic on opening day of baseball.
Yes. Bring our own Botchamania to the house.
Yes.
Boom.
Boom. So
I loved it.
Yes. Great game. Cabin 21 Games, you did a great job with this. As far as an advanced copy, like it's very neat.
Very solid.
Yeah.
And thank
sorry
you for,
that we may have botched the rules a little bit.
He said botch.
I did. May have botched the rules just a little bit a couple of times, But
hopefully that's
no.
some clarity in terms of perhaps other people might have viewed it the same way.
maybe.
Then again, when we played Western Legends, I don't think anybody else viewed the Man in Black as we.
Which is weird. I still think that's wrong.
Just being mindful of how you phrase cards and how you phrase certain rules.
Yeah.
Or hopefully this helps with clarification in case there's an index or an errata. Thank you very much, Time
Thanks
Roller.
for those bits, Time
Thank
Roller.
you.
And also, I like the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, it's cool
like
too.
you have achievements. So Overkill is win with 5 damage points to spare, win with 10 damage points to spare, win with 15 damage points to spare. In this case, in that last one, I had 10, so that's fun. Last Gasp is win when you only have 1 health point left.
Nice. Is that something that multiple people can take it, or the first person to get it?
I guess it's probably like the first person, but I
I
mean,
guess
like
you
you
can
can make
make
copies
copies.
of it. Or it's whatever.
What's that blank page?
It's blank.
It's just blank. Okay.
It's blank.
It's just blank.
Not final text.
Yes.
So.
And that's totally fair. And I think this worked out really nicely.
Yes.
There was something else I wanted to say, and I can't remember what I wanted to say. But I pretty much said everything I was going to say. That it worked out to be a really great game. Thank you for letting us play it.
Yes.
Thank you for letting us show it off. I hope that we got the majority of the rules correct. Nothing that's too damaging or scarring. I know for sure there are some folks that I know who are big wrestling fans and gamers, so I think they would get a big kick out of this, and we'll make sure that when the Kickstarter goes live, we will post that link all over so you guys can find it. This page left blank. We'll make sure that we post the link to the Kickstarter so you guys can find it, back it. I really look forward to seeing how these components might change.
Or what stretch goals might be added.
Oh, more characters!
More characters.
More characters, more moves.
Papa John's.
Papa John. Get a super overproduced like version for the really fancy people and actually make like a ring out of this. Like, give us the pieces to like string the rope around.
Now you might be into some trademark infringement.
Like, it's a wrestling ring.
I know.
All wrestling rings have ropes.
But anyway, that's going to do it for us today. Again, really like Solo Una Noche from Cabin 21 Games. The Kickstarter goes live
January 29th.
January 29th, 2019. We will keep you posted. We'll keep posting about this because this is definitely going to be something that we want to get our hands on a final copy of.
I really do.
It's really good. I really as good as the advanced copy is. I can't wait to see what the final finished product is going to be.
I honestly didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did.
Right?
I didn't think I was. It's because
I was
he's the bigger wrestling fan.
I was cautiously optimistic being a wrestling fan and a board gamer.
And it definitely blew any expectations out of the water.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
For playing, you did great. Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, we're gonna get out of here and get to some editing.
Yay! That's always fun.
That'll do it for us today. Join us later this week when we get back for more board games.
Thursday?
On Thursday. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Now go play.
Body slam!
Ah!